everyone. Welcome back to NEPA Story. I'm your host, Kylie Montigney, and on today's episode, we're welcoming Jon Snow. He emerged within the Northeastern Pennsylvania regional music scene during the early to mid 2000s, where he took center stage as a frontman for various original and cover acts, performing in bars and clubs across the region. His dynamic and passionate stage presence quickly established him as a captivating showman with the ability to command a crowd's attention throughout a set. In the realm of original composition, he earned a reputation for crafting memorable hooks and melodies designed to resonate with both loyal fans and newcomers alike. When paying tribute to the work of other artists, he deftly strikes a balance between honoring the original material and infusing with it with his own distinctive title. He draws substantial vocal and performance inspiration from legendary frontmen such as Kurt Cobain, Jonathan Davis, Marilyn Manson, and Corey Taylor. In recent years, he has shifted his focus primarily to tribute acts, showcasing his talents like projects like Tourniquet, a tribute to Marilyn Manson, Realign, a Godsmack Tribute, Issues, a Korn Tribute, T.O.A.D, which is a tribute to of a Dawn System of Dawn tribute, and the Red Cap Assassins, a Limp Tribute to the Bizkit. He's always eager for the next challenge and anticipating upcoming performances. He continues to make his mark in the world of music with dedication to delivering memorable live experiences and paying homage to the iconic artists who have influenced his craft. Welcome to the show. Literally so excited to have you on today and
Oh,
really.
thank you very much for having me. I'm glad to be here.
So, can you kind of describe how you first kind of got involved in the music scene in the early 2000s, especially here in Northeastern Pennsylvania? I'm sure it's a very difficult musical scene to get into.
Well, I started going out to bars and clubs around 2001, 2002, stuff like that, and just going out and seeing other local bands play. Some of my closest friends now are in bands that I saw like years and years ago. I've been lucky to be able to share the stage with them now in the bands I'm in. So just going out to clubs, seeing bands like Idolize and Perfect Vision, Owen's Grudge. This was around the time that Breaking Benjamin was starting to play locally and stuff like that. So it's going back quite a bit. It was a much different scene then.
What are kind of some of your favorite bands or artists in the area? Because I know there's literally tons, maybe cover artists or maybe bands with their own music, but do you have any personal favorites?
As far as cover bands go, I mean, I've played for decades with the band Destination West. Mike Royce has been hammering out in the NEPA scene for what feels like forever. Just mixing in some original music along with the covers. I have friends in the band Variant Season. They're from both Pennsylvania and New Jersey, doing their own original music with a little covers sprinkled in here and there. So there's a bunch of different acts. Militia's been doing it for like almost 30 years now, and they're not slowing down at all.
Yeah, those are literally bigger bands. Probably they probably started before I was even born. Probably this maybe in late 90s, early 2000s. But what kind of initially drew you to the music scene?
I've always kind of enjoyed music. Just I started getting into the bands like Nirvana and Pearl Jam when I was in high school, and later on Marilyn Manson. But wasn't until I actually started going out and seeing live music performed by people in clubs where it's kind of makes it real. It's like this is something that I could do. Just seeing people go out every weekend and perform. It makes it seem a lot more attainable than watching a music video on TV or YouTube or anything like that. Just seeing actual people, the real people doing it day to day, that's kind of influenced me.
Yeah, I'm honestly the same exact way. I'm honestly more of a in-person music person than, watching music videos or concerts on YouTube or something or a documentary. I mean, there's a bunch of bands and stuff locally that are awesome, or just regular concerts, a big band or something which is awesome, but it's with those artists like Marilyn Manson and some other those artists, those are big time where people that's in this area, they that's one of the biggest artists in the area right now. Most of the cover bands that are here in Northeastern Pennsylvania that cover rock and roll music mostly cover maybe Marilyn Manson, Bon Jovi, or the Rolling Stones. Like, they mostly covered bunch of those rock music.
Mhm.
Like, you are kind of part of the Eastern Tribute Collective. Like, what is that? Like, can you tell us more about that?
Well, initially, when I I've been in and out of music a couple times over the years, and mainly on this run, I answered a an ad for looking for a singer for a Godsmack Tribute act, and I got hooked up with our bass player Robert McCann and our drummer Armando Toledo, and for like 2.5 years now, we've just been making band after band after band. So like we can play like a full night with like three different bands, switch out a guitar player here or there. But basically that's what the ETC is. It's the three of us and everyone that's kind of associated with us and just doing a bunch of different acts. Like I'm currently working on 8 projects simultaneously right now. So
Oh, geez. Like, is that band thing like locally, or do you guys have travel like all over the place?
we actually do a lot more out of the area than in the area. We just played the V Spot in Scranton a week and a half ago, and that was pretty well. That was one of our first local shows in a while.
Mhm.
We're playing the Jazz Cafe next weekend, but then everything else we do is like in New Jersey, mid-state New York. We played some in Maryland, some in Delaware. So we get out almost every weekend. This was a rare weekend off for us, but we get out as much as we can, try to travel. The farthest we've gone so far is we've traveled out to Pittsburgh, but go all over the place.
Like, what is kind of like the farthest place you guys would travel to? Because I know like the states you mentioned or cities are all maybe in like the eastern kind of part around PA type of places.
Well, we have like we've been traveling for about a little bit over a year now. I don't know what the limit of how far we would go, but I could see us going to like somewhere like Virginia or even like go far out west as Ohio. You
Mhm.
know, might have to stay overnight, but if it's a good show with a good lineup and we get a good crowd, it'll be worth it.
Well, yeah, true. But what type of music does Eastern Tribute Collective pay tribute to? Like, I know you are big, like Marilyn Manson type of fan, but do you guys do just rock and roll music, or do you guys play all over the place?
Um, right now, like our focus is mainly on like the hard rock, new metal thing with like
Mhm.
Korn, Limp Bizkit, System of a Down, stuff like that. But we are branching out a bit. We're going a little bit more older rock. We're doing a Metallica tribute. We have a female singer. She's actually going to be fronting a Taylor Swift tribute and an Avril Lavigne tribute. So we're working on them simultaneously.
Mhm.
So we're branching out over time. I think we have plans next year to do a ACDC tribute act as well, kind of going the more classic rock. You know,
Like, do you guys ever play Elvis Presley or no? Or is
we,
that
we
out of
haven't
your
gone that far back yet. I mean,
Mm.
we've discussed many things. So it just to have enough days in the week to practice it all.
Yeah, like that the reason I asked is I'm a big Elvis Presley fan. So, when people mostly play maybe classic rock or something,
Hmm.
some people always maybe play Elvis Presley, maybe one or two songs around that sort of thing. So, I know with you guys are all over like different like classic rocks and everything. So I was like, oh, I kind of have to ask now with Elvis Presley. But what motivated you to kind of shift your focus primarily to tribute acts in recent years?
Really, I think like speaking for myself and for a lot of the other guys that we're playing with, like we've all done original music before. Like we've recorded CDs, we've played the tri-state area up and down the coast and stuff like that. And it's difficult to get 5 guys or 5 people, guys or girls, in a band to work together and write a song and commit to it and be with it full time. With a tribute act, it's a lot more simple because you know what you're there for.
Yeah.
We can say we're doing a Korn tribute, and you can't say, "Well, I don't like Korn," because you wouldn't be in that band. There's very little disagreements about what should be done and what shouldn't. You're kind of just instantly unified in the goal, so it's a lot less drama and headaches, really.
That makes total sense. Like, I feel like when people have different tastes in tribute bands, I feel like it's much more complicated if you maybe are in a tribute band rather than maybe making original music.
Mm.
It's because like maybe people don't like that certain kind of maybe artist or a band that you guys are originally playing. Like I like to have that many people in the room that are able to commit. I'm just like that doesn't like you have to find the right people to actually like sit down and actually want to play instead of, just doing it for the money.
Yeah.
Like, do you have a favorite song that you get to play while performing? Like, do you kind of have like a personal like favorite when doing a show?
I can't really say I have a favorite. I can name a couple. Like, we just started doing the System of a Down set live. We only done like 3 or 4 shows, but one of the main reasons I got into that band was the song Spiders. It's a
Mm.
really kind of like quieter, but like really powerfully sang song, and that's like one of the main reasons I wanted to do a System of a Down tribute, just to be able to sing that song. So I really enjoy doing that. Like other songs like Tourniquet by Marilyn Manson. That's where like the Manson tribute actually got their name from. I really like doing that song. It's
Mhm.
a bunch of fun stuff, really, but like it's hard to pick just one,
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, did you ever see Marilyn Manson in concert or no?
3 or 4 times, yeah.
Oh, are they still together or no? I
Yeah,
like almost never hear really anything about them.
he just started touring again about a month ago. He just started he's released 3 singles in the past month.
Oh,
He's
really?
kind of been underground since that whole the accusations against him and stuff like that, but he's kind of making a comeback now. So he's on tour currently and
Mm.
should
Like
be
I
released.
barely hear anything of him. So I was like, I'm sure you'll probably know more information about him than I personally would, because I barely see him unless like something comes up on the news or something, really. But I'm sure like with all the Marilyn Manson fans out there, they'll know much more information than
Yeah.
I will, because I don't really keep track of him. So it's like maybe more people will know more information than I personally would. But like to wrap this episode up, like how can people connect with you and everything you're doing?
Okay. Well, first of all, we have our website, easterntributecollective.com, that has links to all our socials, Facebook, Instagram. It has a link to our online store. You can buy shirts for all of our bands. And sometimes we just throw wacky shirts that we think up in our heads, and just throw them up there for like 10, $12, something like that, just because we want to make them and get them printed to order. But so if you check back often, you might find something weird there, but otherwise we'll have all of the band t-shirts. But like I said, every band has its own Facebook and Instagram page. um Basically that's like the easiest way to contact us on any of the socials.
All right, perfect. So I'll put all that information for everyone below so everyone can check it out if you're interested. I really appreciate you so much for coming on and joining us. I know a classic rock person or a rock person, so it's great to kind of, talk to an actual person that actually likes classic rock. Because that like many people in this area do or don't like classic rock. So I'm just like, you might as well talk to someone about it. So I really appreciate you so much for coming on and talking with us today and talk about all the work you're doing. It means so much.
All right, no, thank you very much for having me. I definitely appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you everyone for listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for your next couple of episodes. I'll talk to you guys very soon and thank